news. A friend dropped by to see me. She said, "You're some cleaning whiz. You look so happy and you dress so snappy. Come on, tell me what your secret is." I said, "I'm a fly baby, flapping these pretty wings. I'm a fly baby, sticking to my routines. And it won't be perfect tomorrow, and it won't be perfect next year, but I'm still flying, baby. Get my life in gear. Do 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 do. I kick back after working, 'cause things are looking fine. The kids aren't screaming and this house is gleaming, and wow, that sink sure shines. But I still have piles of clutter, 'cause I'm not Superman. But not downhearted, I'm just getting started, and I jump in where I am. 'Cause I'm a fly baby, flapping these pretty wings. I'm a fly baby, sticking to my routines. And it won't be perfect tomorrow, and it won't be perfect next year, but I'm still flying, baby. Get my life in gear. I'm a fly baby, flapping these pretty wings. I'm a fly baby, sticking to my routine. Tomorrow, and it won't be perfect next year, but I'm still flying, baby. Get my life in gear. Oh, get my life in gear.
I just love this song. It makes me so happy. Anyway, I need to turn off my Wi-Fi, so hold it a second. I am going to go over to my content. Okay, I'm going to touch my nose so it focuses right on me. Do that. There we go. Okay, today is Thursday. We're going to try to break an all-time record, y'all. All-time record of shares of 100. We almost did it yesterday. We did 93 or 94. So please share this video. I've got 5 pages of questions. Now there may only be few questions to each page, but 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of questions. That's twice as many as I usually get. So let's answer your questions. Now, let's look at what's going on in the Chaos to Clean book. Is about to fall off my bookcase. We are in day 16. Is today the 16th? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Hold on, let me look at my watch. I think it's the 16th. Yeah, it's the 16th. What day 16 is all about in our Chaos to Clean book. This book is our Bible for getting back to basics. So if you don't have this book in your library and you need to jumpstart what's going on, this is the book to do it with. So here we have it. Chaos to Clean, day 16. Read a morning musing. Just that simple. Read a morning musing. Our messages change the way you think. It really does. It changes your thinking. And the quote for the day is we teach you how to become your own cheerleader and to ignore the naysayers in your life. Do you see this cartoon? This cartoon has on a cheerleading uniform. It's all about teaching you how to finally love yourself, and then you become your biggest cheerleader. So when the cartoonist came and interviewed me, he wanted to know, what do you do, Fly Lady? And that is still a difficult question that I have to answer quite often. What do you do? You ought to see Robert try to answer this question. But I said, I am their biggest cheerleader, my ladies. And we only had like 12,000 at the time. I'm your biggest cheerleader. So he puts me in this cheerleading uniform. I was never a cheerleader in high school. I tried out for it, but I didn't make it. But he put me in a cheerleading uniform. And I said, and then sometimes I'm their fairy godmother. You see these wings? They're dragonfly wings. And these wings, fairy godmothers have wings. So what I explained to him is all the dreams that you've been thinking about your whole life start to come true when you begin flying. Thus, fairy godmother. Other times, I'm a drill sergeant. See this fly rod in my hand? Well, that's kind of a swagger stick, keeping time. We love our timers, wherever it is. We love our timers because they help us to stay on track. And that's what I teach you to do, is to use your timer to love yourself. And then there is that mommy finger. That mommy finger. And this is catching you with those negative attitudes, those negative things popping through your head. And we're going to put an end to those. And it's really stopping you, from allowing that negativity to reign supreme in your life. It doesn't need to. The Bible teaches us to love our neighbors as ourselves. So did you know, if you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor? If you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. So, we're going to tackle some of your questions. I love it when you shake that finger. One time, I don't even have one anymore. We had a Fly Lady doll. Jack surprised me with ordering Fly Lady had never been in a 3D persona before. She's flat, front and back, she's flat. And so he had a little Fly Lady beanie baby made for me. And we bought a bunch of them. But when you only have 4 fingers, 4 little fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, a thumb and 3 fingers, it just didn't work out well in cloth. And the Fly Lady doll was doing an ugly thing. She was flipping a bird to everybody. So we couldn't sell them. We just couldn't sell them. I couldn't sell them knowing that it looked like that. But at conferences and stuff, we gave them away to little kids that were crying in strollers, that were bored silly. So they got little dolls, and they didn't know it was an ugly thing. But I knew, and anyway. It's one of those funny stories that'll probably go in my autobiography sometime. But we teach you how to finally love yourself. And my cartoon character represents it. So when I got the first draft of the cartoon, she had on ballet slippers. Well, she needed lace-up shoes. And so he put little white Keds on her. And then she didn't have earrings. So now she has earrings and her pearls. Every woman needs a strand of pearls. That's all it is. Just a strand of pearls. That makes your day good. So, there you have it. That's how Fly Lady came about. But that wasn't one of our questions, but I just sort of fell into it. Now, we got questions here. Let's see what the first question is. Now, please share. We're getting started. You can get other people on the bandwagon. And please, when you tell them, sign up to get the emails too, because this is the most powerful part of our message. Yeah, you love my videos, but unless you're getting the emails at the same time, it's difficult to put the two and two together. First question. Wait, I need a drink of water. My throat's getting scratchy. Drink up, everybody. This is our habit for next month. We need to get a head start on it. It's always better when you go, That's what Scott Adams says. How do you deal with someone who is always negative, like married to? This is a tough one. But guess what? Guess what? You don't have to listen. It takes two to argue, so don't try to change their mind. You can't. All you can do is change the way you react to them. That's it. I was married to somebody that was very negative. Right now, I have the most amazing husband in the whole wide world. I would put him up against anybody. Absolutely anybody. He is the sweetest man and the smartest man I've ever been around. And he spoils me rotten. And I can't believe that I'm so blessed to have Robert in my life. He is not a negative person. And that makes life easy. But if you're married to a negative person, keep in mind that single women who have families do it by themselves all the time. They do it by themselves. Just say, don't agree with them. Just let them have their negativity and say, okay, just go on about your business. Act as if they're not there. And if it takes two to fight, so don't fight. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So stay calm, and go about doing what you need to do. Love yourself. You don't need them to give you strokes for doing things the right way. They don't understand how Fly Lady works. They didn't join. So you keep doing what you're doing. You're going to reap the benefits of it. Plain and simple. You're going to reap these benefits. And he's going to get some too. But keep in mind, you can't change him. All you can do is change the way you react to him. Okay? Okay. Now, that's the first question. Don't forget to share. We're going for 100 times today. We're going for an hour show too. 100 times. Question number 2. Do you have any tips for that tough job of getting out lawn furniture, pots, etc. from the basement? Well, I don't ever put mine away. In fact, I got rid of a bunch of mine. Last year, we did a load to the dump and Goodwill, and I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I gave a little settee away to my hairdresser's beauty shop so the ladies could have a place to have lunch outside with a table and 2 chairs. I got rid of a bunch of things. I got rid of it. And my deck looks so much better. Yesterday, I wiped off my tabletop. And I did pull something out of the giveaway stuff that I've baby stepped my way and put a bunch of ferns in from my yard. I've got these volunteer ferns coming up that are absolutely beautiful. And I put them on the center of my table. And it's looking nice out there. I put 2 rocking chairs at the front of our deck. And well, they're chairs that go around our table, and it just makes me happy. It makes me happy. But I've done it in baby steps, just baby steps. I haven't tried to do too much at one time. I've taken my time, and maybe I'll do one thing in the morning and one thing in the afternoon to get the deck ready. And yesterday was really cool, but today is absolutely beautiful. And it's warm outside, and it's going to be warm the next couple of days. So doing that helps me so much to not crash and burn. So get signed up, everybody, and please share our video. Next question. And she's talking about cleaning them. Now, you can spray them off with a water hose, or you can take your handy dandy trusty multi-wand to wipe things off. Or yesterday, all I did was use a purple rag. That's all I did, was take a pan full of water. I didn't have a bucket. I had a pan. And I put some hot soapy water in it and wiped down my table, which had winter crud all over it. Wiped down the table with my purple rag. And I took a dry one out there to wipe it off afterwards. And it was done. Absolutely pretty. I love it. Next question. Question number 3. Be sure and share, everybody. Any suggestions? I'm moving to another home that's fully furnished, and I can only take minimal things with me. I'd pretend like you're going off to college. I would pretend like you're going off to college. And get rid of everything you don't love. Just get rid of it. If it's something you really have to have, and if the house is fully furnished, you've got to make a place for it. If you don't have a place for it, then you need to give it to somebody or donate it. This is what happens with us. We go, let's just say you leave your parents' home, you go off to college, you're in a dorm room. It has a bed and a desk and a nightstand. That's all you have. You have a closet and a bathroom. That's all you have. Then you graduate from the dorm room to maybe sharing an apartment with somebody. You need a bed. You need a nightstand. You need some kitchen stuff. So you've added kitchen stuff, and maybe you get a living room set. So you have stuff for your bedroom, stuff for your living room, stuff for your kitchen. Basic stuff. The big stuff is furniture. And then you get married. And you move out of your apartment with the bare basics. Your husband's got the bare basics. You put things together. Like when Robert and I got married, I had a house full of clutter. He had a house full of clutter. We put our clutter together, and then we thought we needed more. So we went to estate auctions and we bought stuff. So much stuff that this room that I'm in was piled to the ceiling. One time I bought 2 truckloads of stuff and incorporated it every bit into the house. Now, I don't buy anything unless I know what I'm going to get rid of first. I have to get rid of something before I get something new. It's just that simple. It keeps my house from being cluttered. My mother had a house that was wall to wall, all the way around the walls, furniture. There was not a blank wall in the house. Not a blank wall. So getting rid of clutter before you get more things is important. So when you bring something new, get rid of something old. Make a place for it. So getting rid of the things, most everything is just stuff. You're going to need your favorite pictures, and you can probably cut those down. You're going to need your favorite cleaning items. And I need to tell you about a new sale we've got. Our Fly Lady mop and our 2 chenille mop cloths that go on this thing are half price. We like to keep a mop sale going because I want those clean floors. So it's half price. So check it out on our website. It's the mop handle, the mop head, and 2 of these cloths, plus it comes with one cloth. Here's the cloth that it comes with. And I got the greatest testimonial this morning. It comes with this little flat chenille cloth, little flat microfiber cloth. And what she said she did is she bought 2 sets of mops when we had a sale one time. And she bought 2 mops, and it came with, and she uses this one for dusting the walls. Imagine that. I would have never thought to dust the walls. And high places. And our mop handle also holds this. So toss one of a multi one in there, and that makes it easy to reach high, so you're not going to climb on things. And then she has one for mopping her floors with the chenille cloth already on it. And I just thought that was a cute idea. I'm going to send it out in a little bit for everybody to see. But that's the main thing. The mop is half price. So get it while we've got it. Because we've never had the regular mop half price. We've had the extra large one half price, but not the regular mop and handle. And that also means if you need an extra handle, they're $6. If you need some more mop cloths, they're $12 something, $12.94. So there you have it. Take your favorite cleaning tools with you and your favorite kitchen. So I've often considered, if I were going to move into a tiny house, what I would take with me. Well, I would take my 3 baskets of clothes that I have in my bathroom. I would take a dress-up outfit. I would probably take a heavy-duty sweater. I had to wear it last night. A heavy-duty sweater, which I've got ready to go in the wash so I can put it away for next year. That's clothes. I would take my boots, my dress boots, a pair of dress shoes, 2 pairs of tennis shoes, and I would probably get rid of all the rest, keeping it very simple, and a pair of sandals, and I have a pair of dress sandals. And then I would take, kitchen-wise, I have my cast iron. So I have a cast iron Dutch oven that I love. I use it a lot. I have a crock pot that I use a lot. I have food processor that I use often, so I might not take it. I have a Visions cookware set that is a 3-quart saucepan, and then a double boiler that I use quite often. A double boiler, which is like a 1-quart pan and a 1.5-quart pan, and then a 1-quart inside pan. I would take that, and my 8-inch iron skillet and my 10-inch iron skillet, and a lid, and my pasta pot with a steamer. Those are the 5 pieces I would take, pretty much. And there you have it. I would take my silverware. I would take some utensils, a spatula. I would take a really heavy-duty spatula. I would take a cookie spatula. I would take my antique fork that I use for turning things and stirring eggs and stuff, and I would take my antique spoon because they mean a lot to me. And that's pretty much my kitchen and my dishes. I would take a set of my favorite dishes with me. Or you could just get you a new set of dishes that is Corelle. For Liz's birthday last year, I gave her some Corelle livingware that doesn't break. And it's lightweight. And she loves it. And I loved giving it to her. So just take the things you love and bless someone else with the rest of it. That's all you got to do is just bless someone else. Things you really use a lot. Oh, I won't forget my ricer for the potatoes either. That's one of those tools in my utensil drawer. Okay. Any information on pool water products, etc. You would probably need to talk to my son about that because I don't have a pool. But he went from a chlorine pool to a saltwater pool because my granddaughter's blonde hair turned to green. But he keeps his pool open year round so he doesn't ever have to shock it. It keeps going year round. It never really gets so cold that the whole pool is going to freeze. And he takes his water sample by the pool place, and that's where he buys all his stuff. He's really good at pools. But I do know you need a robot for your pool. That's a good thing to have that cleans the sides while you're not in it. Next question. Be sure and share this. We're having a lot of fun here. I got to get some more water. Okay. What is the best cleaner for sticky kitchen grease and grime on cabinets? Also, what is the best way to kill mildew? Now, the best way to clean your kitchen cabinets is don't fry stuff. Don't fry things. And use your vent fan when you have things going on the stove like that. Now, these purple rags are silver rags. We have purple and silver now. We get away with the bronze ones. Purple and silver. If you will put some hot soapy water on them and wring them out real good, you can wash a cabinet quite easily with these rags, and it gets that gunk off of there. You could even use plain water. Plain water will do it. Will clean those cabinets. But you got to quit frying stuff because that's what puts that grease, that's what puts it up into the air and on your cabinets. And touching your cabinets with messy hands. If you've got messy hands, use your dish towel to open up the doors on your cabinets. But it's all about prevention. But purple rags will do the trick. And if you have white cabinets, I would suggest silver rags. Unless your purple rags have been washed many times and all the dye is out. Because you don't want to turn your white cabinets purple. Okay, then what is the best way to kill mildew? Now, if mildew is in your bathroom, here's what you need to do. I have a cloth shower curtain. I have a pretty plastic one in front of that cloth shower curtain, but the cloth shower curtain dries quickly. And the water never gets on the plastic one. It's just got my Bible verses on it. Liz gave it to me one year for Christmas, and she gave me another one this year, but I love this one so much I haven't put the other one up yet. Now, you've got to get some air flowing in your bathroom. When you take a shower, you need to turn the fan on. If you don't have a fan in your bathroom, you need to get one of those little bitty fans and set it up on the bathroom sink or somewhere. It's not going to fall in any water, and set it on the floor and point it up to get air circulating, because mold and mildew will not form in a room that has moving air. Now, if you take your mop, you can take your mop and wipe down the shower walls to get the damp off of them, the water. Or you can take your rubber sweeper that has the squeegee head, or you can go to the dollar store and buy a dollar squeegee and hang it in your shower with a command hook. And there you have it. You squeegee your shower and your shower doors and get the moisture down to get the air flowing. If you have a shower curtain, push it back so you can get the shower dry, and then set a timer, and in 2 hours pull the shower curtain where it can dry that. But when you leave it closed up against the moisture all day, it's going to grow mold and mildew. There's our songwriter. There's Amy. Give Amy a big wave and a happy face, or a hearts. Give Amy hearts, because she wrote our music. Love you, Amy. So to kill mildew, if you need a solution, use a 10% bleach solution in a spray bottle. And this is a spray bottle you need to mark that's only for your use. And you can spray down things and it will kill mildew. But moving air kills mildew better than anything. So getting that air moving in your bathroom or wherever the mold is collecting is the best way to do that. So please share our videos, because we want 100 shares today. 100. We almost got there yesterday. What is the best... I already did that one. My husband is a perfectionist. God help you. And expects me to be one as well. God bless his heart. How do I stop letting his perfectionism ruin my progress? Ignore his perfectionism. He can't help it. You ignore you just don't process it. If he doesn't like the way you're cleaning something, hand him the broom and say, here, have at it. That's all you can do. You can only change the way you react to him. You can't change him. It's just spritz the shower. It's just not much. Yes, you should get silver rags for light colored cabinets. You just have to let it go. You know that song, Let It Go? Let it, on Frozen? Sing it loud. When you hear his perfectionism, just let it go in one ear and out the other. You keep doing what you're doing, or I don't use a 20% bleach solution. I use a 10% bleach solution. But mainly let it dry. That's the main thing. But don't let his perfectionism get in your way. There are people all around us who are perfectionists. Your mother, your father, aunts, uncles, you name it. They're everywhere. Everywhere. I never thought about using peroxide. I'll have to look that up. Is it okay if our zone is bathrooms, but another room that is in more need of our blessing? I'm torn on how to handle that. Well, when you're in your bathroom, you've still got to do the detailed cleaning in your bathroom. We pick another room, and this week we've been in the kids' rooms, getting them ready for summer. Now, if you want to pick another room, that's fine. If you want to work on your basement, in 15 minutes a day, that's fine. If you want to work on your garage, this keeps you from having to take a whole day to clean out your garage or your basement. Y'all got lots of good ideas. But you always, whatever zone we're in, you got to deal in that zone a little. And then you can go to that another room that needs a little more help. Okay. Please share. Can we get it to 100? We got 75 so far, and we got 20 more minutes. I would like to see your kitchen garbage crock. It looks like a big old butter churn. It's heavy. I can't bring it in here. I can't even pick it up. It's this big around at the top, so it's like 2 feet across. So that's a big circle, and it stands about 3 feet high. 3 feet high. And Robert made me a lid for it out of some wood, and he put a handle on it. And it's just a big crock. Any garbage can will work, but I had this crock and I thought it would make a good and a big garbage bag goes in it. And you can put some command hooks on the sides, and then that holds the bag, so when you throw things in it, it doesn't I haven't done it yet, but I put those things like that in this new book. It's a wonderful way to have something creative to hold your garbage. Here's the next part of this question. I live in a very small space, few cupboards, and I hate stuff on my counters. Any ideas? I don't like stuff on my counters either, but I like pretty stuff. But I don't keep my canisters on the counter except for our coffee canisters. And we have our not so good beans, we have our good beans, and then we have a mixture of ground. So we have 3 canisters for coffee. That's right. We got a coffee making area, and that's on our counter. I have some cast iron stuff that holds onions and holds my onions and my potatoes. And then I have some spoon rest, and I have some flowers, two big pots of flowers. And my crock pot stays out. But if you don't like for your crock pot to stay out, clean out from under your sink. It's a huge cabinet under your sink. And you can take a tension rod like you would use in your shower, but you shorten it down, and you can put that under your sink, and it can hold your spray bottles of stuff up high, right up and under your sink, and that frees up the floor of underneath your kitchen sink for your crock pot, your food processor, these other things. So you got to get the clutter out from under the sink to make room for the stuff that you really use and need, and you don't want on your countertop. Don't want it on your countertop. And I have clear canisters in a drawer, a pull-out drawer that has all my baking stuff in it. Flour, self-rising flour, cornmeal, sugar, all of that is in a drawer. Clear, so I can see what's in it. I struggle with motivation. This next question. Be sure and share, everybody. We're 25 away from 100 shares. So I struggle with motivation. I get up early to shine my sink, but after I come home from work, I can barely accomplish dinner. I dress to shoes first thing, but I do struggle to fill my own tank. How can I keep motivated once I return home from my job? Well, it sounds like you're not getting into bed at a decent hour. Last night, I didn't get in bed till 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. And I've been noticing it's getting later and later. So I've got to start turning my computer off at 11 o'clock so that I can get in bed by 11:30. So getting in bed early is going to help you have more energy. But by the time you get home after work, you're not taking breaks during work too, I guarantee. You shine your sink before you go to bed. Shine your sink before you go to bed. End your day with that sink shining so that you can get up to this shining sink. That's going to give you hope. And if you have more energy in the morning, that's when you need to put together your meal in your crock pot so that you don't have to cook when you get home. All you got to do is set the table and maybe boil some pasta or put some rice on. That's it. So get dinner started in the morning, and then you're going to walk in the door, you're going to see your shiny sink because you left it shining, and you're going to have this wonderful smell of dinner cooked. It's like you have a wife that's cooked your dinner. Wow. So, doing more things in the morning, getting much more sleep. Getting up early at 4 or 5 a.m., I don't do that. I get up around 8:30 or 9. If I get 9 hours of sleep, no matter where I am, 8 to 9 hours of sleep is what I need. 8 to 9 hours of sleep. And it works for me. I have all the energy in the world I need, but I don't push myself hard during the day. I take baby steps. I get up every 15 minutes and do something. I keep this timer going for 15 minutes. And when you get home from work, do you just flop down on the couch? You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. So keep your shoes. If you don't have shoes on that you can wear in the house, put on your lace-up shoes and don't collapse. Keep things going. Because when you stop, it's hard to get started again unless you're using your timer. And you may be dehydrated too. That's why you could be fatigued. You're not drinking enough water at work. So let's drink up, ladies. And if you're anemic, just like somebody said, that's the worst feeling in the world. You're not getting enough oxygen to your brain and to your muscles. So get checked for anemia. Get checked for, if you can pick the skin up off the top of your hand and it stays up, you're dehydrated. Some people can get along with less sleep. I can't. Our president can get about 4 hours sleep and he's good to go. He acts like a 50-year-old man instead of a 72-year-old man. So he's got more energy than the Energizer Bunny. And he's 10 years older than I am. So just keep moving. Put on your lace-up shoes. If you need to change clothes into something, some everyday clothes, then do that. Put away everything you have in your hand when you walk in the door. And there you have it. That's how to stay motivated when you return home. But start getting enough sleep. You've gotten your days and nights kind of mixed up, I think. And so when you get home, you just crash and you don't get anything done. You probably veg out in front of the TV or something. So you didn't say that, but I'm just assuming something is pulling you away. What do you do with a packrat house? There's a lot of husband questions today. Well, let me discuss this too. Let me discuss this. We got to quit whining about our husbands. We need to lift them up in prayer. You heard me right. We need to pray for them. If they're perfectionist or what, prayers do get answered. They do get answered. So use your prayer connection. Just pick up the phone and put the prayer straight up to the Heavenly Father and say, Father, I'm doing my best here. I need some help. I need you to help to change his negative thinking and his perfectionism. Just lift them up in prayer. He's not your enemy. You married him. Something was good in him. So find out what it was you married him, why you married him. You loved him. And pray pray, pray. Find your prayer corner and pray. And don't worry about his packrat ways. My husband and his siblings are very territorial with their stuff, and I cannot get him to agree to get rid of anything. Well, don't ask him anymore. You're just setting yourself up for failure. You declutter your stuff. Don't allow him to rain on your parade. You get rid of your stuff. When he starts seeing the house look better and better, we have had hundreds, probably thousands of testimonials from flybabies whose husbands and children jumped on the bandwagon and started decluttering their drawers and different things. It's all stuff. It really doesn't mean anything. Get rid of the stuff. Your stuff. And he will come around because he will see that the house is looking so much better. I know you don't believe me. And I know you don't want to hear it. But you've got to change your attitude toward him. You can't allow his negativity to rain on your parade. So what are you going to do? You go about your business and let him take care of his. And you take care of your stuff. And let it go. Just let it go. Play the Let It Go song all day long too if you have to. Next question. How many shares we got, y'all? How many shares? How many shares? Are we getting close? How do you get caught up and back on track after an unexpected interruption? Specifically, my entire plans were interrupted when I had to go take my mom to the hospital. She's fine now, but it meant that all the cleaning and chores I should have gotten done did not. And that in turn meant I started off the next week in chaos. Okay, mamas come first. Let it go. There you go again. It's your perfectionism. The house is always going to be there. There's always going to be something to do. But if your mama needs you, your mama needs it. And you can't whine about it because you started the bad week in chaos. You know, it only takes 15 minutes to get back on track. And we don't need all Saturday to catch up. Just jump in, set your timer, and start taking care of things. Make some games out of it. Do a reverse scavenger hunt, putting things back in their place. Reverse scavenger hunt, grab something that's in one room and take it to another room. Find something in that room that belongs someplace else and just keep going like that until your timer goes off for 15 minutes. You only got one mama. And if she needs you, you need to be there for her. Your house can wait. Family first, always. Always. The house is to comfort your family. But if your family needs comfort in a different way, if you have a sick child, that comes first. The house is always going to be there pulling you away. Okay, where's my pink rag? I got tears. These things are $10 too. You get a pack of 12. Whew. And if you need to jump back on the bandwagon, which I don't think there is a bandwagon, just so you know, but get my Chaos to Clean book. Chaos to Clean book. It's on our website. Get our book. Get it. And just jump back in. And you gotta quit whining. And the time it takes to write the question to me, which I'm glad we had it, but in the time it takes to write the question, you could have got your kitchen clean. And another way to jump back in is to do crisis cleaning. This is a fun way to do it. Spend 15 minutes in your kitchen. Spend 15 minutes in your living room. Spend 15 minutes in your main bathroom. And then rest for 15 minutes. This is the most important part. Rest for 15 minutes. Rest for 15 minutes. And then if you need to jump back in and do it again, there you go. Do it again. But be sure and rest that 15 minutes. And I bet you can get your house all back in shape. And if you missed changing the sheets last week, then it's not going to hurt to go an extra week. And if you need to, like I have a little dog, I keep one of these right by my bed. Because Tulip can come to bed after getting in the pond, and I'll just sweep the bottom of the bed where she likes to lay. And I love this thing. I love this thing. So I give a good sweep to the sheets before I hop in the bed. And that way I don't have any... I'm a princess, y'all. Just so you know, I'm a princess. But it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to hurt anything. Whew, I need to breathe after that one. Okay, we got one more question, I think. Let me see. Yep, one more question. Do you have specific oven cleaner that you recommend that works well without lots of scrubbing? Well, you're not going to believe this. I actually have a video of this on Facebook. But it's hot soapy water and a purple rag. I don't use an oven cleaner. I can't stand the smell of them. Now, you can put a pot of water in your oven and turn the oven on and let it steam in there if you want to. But the main thing is, this is preventative care again. I keep a skillet on my bottom, an iron skillet, in the bottom rack of my stove. So if I have any boil overs, it catches it and I can wash it in the sink. Things like sweet potatoes, they get messy. Potatoes have exploded in my oven. Things have boiled over. Most of the time, this skillet catches it. It's just that simple. Preventative is good. Being prepared for a mess. But then you just take a hot soapy rag, purple rag, and you wipe down the sides, and it stays clean. It really does stay clean. And it changes everything. How many cookbooks do you need? Well, if you like Leanne's cookbooks, get her cookbooks. I like the Better Homes and Gardens, the red checked one. I've promoted it many times. I got one as when Justin's dad and I got married, and it has stood me well. And it's the basic cooking stuff if you've never cooked. So you don't need many cookbooks because we have the internet. You're on here right now. We have the internet. We can look up any recipe we want. I saw a great recipe that my nephew Ben would love. Absolutely love. And I've played a joke on him last night. I have to tell you about that. Now Ben, my nephew Ben, is in prison. And he is in a prison in Tennessee. And his birthday is May the 28th. So I told him last night when I talked to him. I talked to him 3 or 4 times a week. And I said, Ben, I'm sending you a birthday cake. Aunt Marla, you can't send me a birthday cake. They don't allow that. And May the 28th is the day after Memorial Day. So I'm going to have to send everything early. And I said, I'm going to send you a birthday cake. And he said, You're going to get me in trouble. Please don't do that. And he was so excited last night. He got put into a cognitive therapy group that is the group they put people in 6 months before they're going up for parole. So he's at the 6-month mark, and he got accepted into this group, and he was just so excited. And I kept telling him, I said, I'm going to send you a birthday cake. I'm going to find, your Aunt Marla can find a way to send you a birthday cake. And he said, okay. I said, don't you worry. I'm going to take care of this. Don't you worry. I found the cutest. Now, nobody tell him. Nobody send him a card and tell him. Nobody tell him. This is our secret, y'all. Keep the secret for me. The cutest chocolate cake that is a pop-up birthday card. It's got candles on it and everything. It is the cutest cake. He is going to laugh his butt off. It's so funny. And Robert just died laughing when I showed it to him. But he's doing so well. He's helping. He even broke up a fight while I was on the phone with him last night. And he's a changed boy. He really is. He's a changed man. And I'm just so proud of him. So send him a birthday card. Yes, I'm a hoot. I said, your Aunt Marla can get some stuff done. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. It can happen. So please, 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 don't tell him. Whew. So here's Ben's address again. I'm going to hold it up one more time. Pause it after it's over with so you can get his full address. He was born May the 28th, 1981. So his birthday is in his prison number. I just thought that was hilarious. May the 28th, 1981. And he wrote an essay about it. So thanks, everybody. You know what all our sales are. So let's get some stuff done this week. It's already 3 o'clock. Imagine that. Time flies when you're having fun. Tomorrow, I've got a special guest for you. Be sure and tune in at 11 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I have a special guest. I should have had him on the show today. We had so many husband questions, but I might give Brian a few husband questions tomorrow because he is a husband who's become a flybaby, and his wife is working on her PhD in nursing, and he can help us understand our better halves, you know, our other halves. I don't know so much about being better, but Robert is. Robert is a sweet darling. We toast, whether we got tea or whatever, we toast to sweet darlings every night. We celebrate our relationship. I love you all. Tomorrow is Friday. It's going to be clean out your purse day and date night. Get something on the calendar for date night. And the John Wick movie's coming out tomorrow. I might get Robert to take me to the movies. And let's just have some fun. I'm going to play you one more song. I've been talking nonstop. So let's be sure and share our video. Get it to 100. Have we hit 100 yet, anybody? Have we hit 100? Please share. Okay, let me find a song. Oh, this is a good song. We're going to do One More Day. And that's all your Shiny Sync is about. One more day of hope. Y'all, go watch my Shiny Sync video. Here we go. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I got a guest. This song makes me cry. I know the story behind this song. Sometime I'll let Amy come on.
I can hear the thunder rolling, and the rain begins to fall. I can feel my courage tremble After I have come so far, today my heart is sinking, and my world is caving in. But there's light on the horizon, and the darkness will give in to one more day of hope, one more day of faith. Tomorrow will be brighter if I get through today. Better days are coming further down the road, so for now I'll just keep clinging to one more day of hope. One more day. And I know that I'll get through this. My dreams are in my grasp. When I find the power within me,
It's happy tears. Happy tears.
I know this storm will pass. It will only make me stronger. When this victory I've won, I can last a little longer. If I keep holding on to one more